Vanakkam. Hello and welcome to Epics with Dr.Yazhini, where ancient Tamil stories find a voice in the modern world. After the royal chariot disappeared into the distance, Vandiyathevan stepped into the astrologer's house. But though his body had entered, his mind was still outside, lingering on the two women who had just left. The astrologer settled himself comfortably, his eyes quietly studying the young warrior. He began with simple questions. Who are you? Where do you come from? But Vandiyathevan did not answer directly. Instead, he smiled. He laughed softly and turned the question around. If you are truly skilled in astrology, should you not already know who I am? The astrologer did not take offense. With equal calmness, he replied, even if I know, knowledge must still be valued. What followed was not just a conversation, it was a subtle game, a test of wit, a quiet contest of intelligence. After a few playful exchanges, Vandiyathevan finally revealed his curiosity. He asked about the two women who had just left the house. The astrologer understood immediately, but he refused to answer. He explained gently that many people visit him and it would not be right to reveal one person's identity to another. Even when pressed, the astrologer didn't yield. Vandiyathevan realized this path would lead nowhere, so he changed direction. Vandiyathevan mentioned a man, Alvarkadiyan Nambi, a traveler, a short-tongued, and an unpredictable person. The astrologer recognized the description. Yes, he said, such a man exists. He speaks truth, but mixes it with exaggeration. He is not someone to fully trust, but also not someone to ignore. From there, their conversation slowly turned deeper towards destiny, towards the future. One day, Devan asked about his own life. He said he didn't know the details of his horoscope, but he gave his name, Vallavarayan Vandiyathevan. The moment the astrologer heard the name, his expression changed. There was interest now. The astrologer spoke of the ancient Warner clan, of their lost glory, their strength, their pride. He even recited a verse praising them. But Vandiyathevan only smiled. The past may be glorious, he said, but the present is not. The astrologer responded calmly. The present doesn't decide the future. Then came a question, more serious. Vandiyathevan asked about his journey to Tanjavur. The astrologer gave a curious reply. If you go for your own purpose, you'll succeed. If you go for someone else, the results are uncertain. For a moment, Vandiyathevan fell silent because that answer was closer to the truth than expected. Vandiyathevan then asked, "Will I meet the emperor?" The astrologer did not answer directly. Instead, he spoke carefully, hinting that power. He spoke that, hinting that power doesn't always lie where it appears to be. When the conversation turned to the Chola Empire, the astrologer finally spoke with clarity. The empire, he said, is like a river in flood, growing, rising, unstoppable. It is like the waxing moon, not at full, but steadily moving towards its peak. Astrologer believed the Chola kingdom would continue to expand for many years to come. Then the astrologer spoke of a prince, Arulmozhivarman. He compared him to the pole star, steady, guiding, unchanging. A man of courage, wisdom, and quiet strength. Vandiyathevan listened, half amused and half impressed. Before leaving, Vandiyathevan asked one final question. He spoke of a desire to travel across the seas. The astrologer smiled. "That," he said, "is already written in your path. You will travel by land, by horse, and by sea." Satisfied, Vandiyathevan placed a few gold coins and left. As Vandiyathevan continued towards Tanjavur, the land around him opened like a painting. Green fields stretched endlessly, rice swaying gently in the wind, sugar cane rising tall, banana groves thick and vibrant, coconut trees moving softly with the breeze. Water was everywhere, flowing, glimmering, in rivers, canals, ponds, and streams. Lotuses bloomed, lilies spread across the surface, turning the waters into a living art. Farmers worked the soil, their movements steady, practiced. Women sang as they labored, their voices blending with nature. Villages were alive, children playing, birds calling, the scent of food in the air. Vandiyathevan slowed his face, taking it all in. But even in that beauty, his thoughts returned again and again to the silent girl he met in the astrologer's house. Who was she? Why had she said nothing? And why had her silence stayed with him? Suddenly, a cry, voices of fear, women calling out, "A crocodile! A crocodile!" Without hesitation, Vandiyathevan rushed forward near the river bank. A group of maidens stood, frightened, stepping back. And there, a crocodile, half in water, half on land, its mouth open wide. For a moment, even he felt fear, but only for a moment. He threw his spear. It stuck. He leapt down, drew his sword, and ran forward. And then laughter. He heard laughter. The fear vanished. The same women were now laughing. Confused, Vandiyathevan stopped, looked closer and understood. It was not real. The crocodile was not real. It's just a stuffed figure, a stuffed doll. And it's a trick. Quiet embarrassment passed through him. He had rushed in like a hero for nothing. Among the women stood the same girl. She stepped forward, calm and composed. She thanked Vandiyathevan gently, said there was no need for further effort. Her voice, her presence only deepened the mystery. Earlier that day, after Princess Kundavai had left, these maidens had remained by the river. Their conversation turned towards Vanadi, a quiet, timid girl. Some spoke kindly, but others with jealousy. They accused her of pretending weakness or seeking attention, trying to win the prince's attention and affection. Because they all admired him, Prince Arulmozhivarman. Some dreamed of him, some hoped to marry him. And so they doubted Vanati. The truth about the crocodile emerged. It had been planned, arranged by Princess Kundavi to help Vanadi overcome her fear. But what began as a harmless plan revealed something deeper: ambition, jealousy, desire. They spoke of alliances of powerful kings seeking marriage ties. Yet they believed the prince would choose someone from his own land, and that belief fed their hopes and their rivalry. Meanwhile, Vandiyathevan rode on. His path moved forward, but his mind lingered behind. On a face, a voice, a silence. And beyond his thoughts, something far greater was unfolding: an empire rising, like a river in flood, like the waxing moon moving towards its destiny. And without fully realizing it, Vandiyathevan has already stepped into its heart. His journey had only just begun. If you like the story? Stay tuned with Epics with Dr. Yazhini. Nandri.